ShinaVorgil is a traditional Georgian song that comes from the mountain regions called Svaneti. It's a call and response song, but what makes it really special is that the call and response is between two choirs instead of a leader and a group. What also makes this song really fun is the accelerando. It just keeps getting faster and faster. So the first piece that we're going to learn, the first lesson, is ShinaVorgil.
Yeah.
So this piece we're going to be singing it a cappella, correct?
Yes.
And it is for choirs, is that right?
Yeah. Ideally, and this would be like a really fun thing for you guys to try with your kids, is that it works great as a two-choir song. So it's a call and response song, which is already like a really great lesson, but it's the way that the two choirs interact is really fun.
Great. Well, we happen to have two choirs right here in this room, and so we're going to experience it the way we eventually would love for your students to get there, because it plays around with polyphony and the idea of spatial, like what does it sound like if the choirs are really close to each other, singing to each other, or in different parts of the room, so we'll get there. And there's also this great accelerando that happens and the call and response.
You see, the main thing that you might be thinking is the words are hard, but these words actually don't mean anything in Georgian anymore. This song predates like any translation. There's people the region that this song comes from hasn't had a road to it until about like 5 years ago. Like the only way to get there was by horseback, and there's really no wrong way to sing this song, and that's part of the beauty of it. So just let your classrooms take on their own personality with this piece.
That's
part of it. Okay.
Let's just back up one step. Can you just say the words for us first and repeat them, and then we'll do the quick call and response, and then we'll do a full performance.
Okay. So from line one. So, ShinaVorgil voisa. Try that.
ShinaVorgil voisa.
O ShinaVorgil.
O ShinaVorgil.
Great. And those sounds keep coming. So the second line, Vorgili voisa. O ShinaVorgil. Try that.
Vorgili voisa. O ShinaVorgil.
Line three. Voisarera. Voisa vorera. Voisa voisarera.
Voisarera, voisa vorera, voisa voisarera.
Great. Voisarera, voisa vorera, voisa voisarera.
Voisa vorera, voisa voisarera.
Yeah, it'll speed up.
So let's do a quick call and response of each line, and then we'll put it all together.
Yeah. ShinaVorgil voisa, o ShinaVorgil.
ShinaVorgil voisa, o ShinaVorgil.
Vorgil voisa, o ShinaVorgil.
Vorgil voisa, o ShinaVorgil.
Yeah, and that last line, I'm stopping it just not to confuse you, but that would be the first choir would hold that hey while the other choir starts singing the response. You'll hear it as we do it again. So line three. Voisarera, voisa vorera, voisa voisarera.
Voisarera, voisa vorera, voisa voisarera.
Voisa vorera, voisa voisarera. Voisa vorera, voisa voisarera. Voisarera, voisa vorera, voisa voisarera.
Voisa vorera, voisa vorera, voisa voisarera. You know your kids are gonna love that part so much.
There's really there's two things you have to remember about this song. One is that you can't sing it wrong unless you, number two, don't do the at the end.
And if your kids are like, I don't know what's happening, they can nail the at the end. I am confident in that. So before we do the whole thing, I also want to point out that there is harmony in this piece. Even if some of your students might be ready to try some harmony, which is fantastic. Or if you want to sing the harmony against them singing the melody, just so they have that idea of what that sounds like. Again, that's that like enhance, discover part of the curriculum. If they're ready for it and it's something you want to explore, absolutely go for it. But the explore part is just learning it and trying it out. But I think we should try it, and you can try this with your students once they have it, to have somebody be the leader of the first choir, and then we'll have the second choir and see what that sounds like in different parts of the room. So we're gonna stand up right now, and this will be choir 1, and you'll sing with Illusha. And choir 2, Victor, will you help be the leader there? And there will be also part of this is the idea of a accelerando, and that'll be controlled by the first chorus or the leader, and it'll just happen naturally, but that is part of the piece as well.
All right, you guys ready?
And notice that in line 4 and 5, we also have clapping here too, so be ready for that.
So the way I'm going to start it off is I'm going to say, ShinaVorgil, Vorgil, Oisa, and then you guys, my choir, you guys jump in on that O with me, and then we're going to pass it over to them, okay? ShinaVorgil, Vorgil, Oisa, ho, ShinaVorgil, ShinaVorgil, Vorgil, Oisa, ho, ShinaVorgil, ShinaVorgil, Vorgil, Oisa, ho, ShinaVorgil, Vorgil, 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 Oisa, ho, ShinaVorgil, Vorgil, 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 Oisa, ho, ShinaVorgil, Voisarera, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera,
Voisarera, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera.
Voisarera, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera,
Voisarera, voisa, vorera,
Let's keep it up.
voisa, voisarera.
Voisarera, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera,
Voisarera, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera.
Voisa, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera,
Voisa, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera.
Voisa, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera,
Voisa, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera.
Voisarera, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera,
Voisarera, voisa, vorera,
All
voisa,
together.
voisarera.
Voisarera, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera,
Voisarera, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera.
Voisarera, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera, Voisarera, voisa, vorera, voisa, voisarera.
Yeah! That's great. That's great. Thanks, guys. So, can you speak a little bit about the form, Illusha?
Yes. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that last line, everybody comes together on, so I was trying to cue it in the moment. But so you're passing it back and forth, and it's speeding up, and eventually everybody's on it together.
And this form is the one that we chose to write down because this is the way that we recorded
Yeah.
it, and that's the way your students will hear it on the recording. But you said it's really up to what the leader is feeling. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, when it says like do it 3 times or something, these are not by no means like the rules for this song. You could jump back to the first line after the third line. You could repeat the second line 5 times. It's really whatever sort of comes in that moment, and especially if you kind of create this idea of call and response, like, I would say that it might be fun for you to try it as just you are the one choir and your class is the other choir, so you could choose which line you do. And it's totally fine if you feel really comfortable with the first two lines, for instance, is getting those many times and then doing the later ones, adding them as you go along throughout the season or whatever, the school year.
Great. And I should also just point out that there are tracks of the harmony as well. So if you want to use that for teaching, but also if you want to just have your students sing against that as well, so they get that experience in the classroom.
The harmonies are really rich and definitely worth exploring.
Here are some learning highlights for ShinaVorgil. Call and response form in choirs. Using the activity in Lesson 1, you can move your students around in different choirs. They can sing closer together, they can be further apart, or you can even put an audience in between them so they can get the feeling of spatial effects. Accelerando. Choir 1 gets to set the pace by getting faster and faster. They can use their hands to clap along to help build the excitement and keep the beat.
ShinaVorgil, Vorgil, Voisa, ShinaVorgil,